Dimly lit, empty hotel hallway with flickering lights. This video is titled 3 Creepy True Hotel Horror Stories That Ended in Pure Fear. Hotels are supposed to feel like a safe place to rest, but behind closed doors, many people have experienced something far darker. These stories are real, told by those who went through them. Exterior of old roadside hotel at night with neon sign. I was on a road trip across the country and stopped at a cheap roadside hotel just outside Oklahoma. It wasn't the nicest place, but it had a bed, and that's all I needed. Story 1. The Knock at 3 a.m. Dark hotel hallway with faint shadow near a door. Around 3 a.m., I was woken up by a loud knock on my door. At first, I thought maybe it was the wrong room, but the knocking continued, slow and deliberate. Image 2, close-up hand on brass doorknob twisting. Housekeeping, a man's voice said. His tone was strange, flat, almost mocking. I froze. Housekeeping doesn't come at 3 a.m. I didn't answer. Instead, I peered through the peephole. What I saw made my stomach drop. View through peephole, man in janitor uniform with wide, unsettling eyes and unnatural smile. There was a man standing there in a janitor's uniform, but his eyes looked wrong. They were wide, unblinking, and his smile stretched unnaturally across his face. I backed away from the door. Suddenly, the knob started jiggling. He was trying to get in. My heart raced as I grabbed the phone and called the front desk. The woman at the desk sounded confused. "Sir, we don't have housekeeping staff at night, and we don't have a male janitor on duty." Empty hotel corridor lit by one flickering light. Just as she said that, the knocking stopped. I dared to look again through the peephole. The hall was completely empty. The next morning, I asked the staff about what happened. They swore no one was working the floor at that hour. To this day, I don't know who or what was outside my door, but I'll never forget that smile. Story 2. The Room That Didn't Exist. Image normal mid-range hotel room at night, suitcase on bed, lamp glowing. A woman named Claire was traveling for work and booked a room at a mid-range hotel in Chicago. After a long day, she finally checked in, got her key, and went to her room, room 414. The room looked normal. She unpacked, showered, and went to sleep. Around midnight, she woke up to a strong smell of cigarette smoke. She didn't smoke, and the hotel had a no-smoking policy. Same room, but decayed. Peeling wallpaper, stained carpet, burnt spots. When she turned on the light, the room looked different. The wallpaper was peeling, the bedspread was dirty, and the carpet was stained dark in spots that looked like old burns. It didn't look like the room she checked into. Woman forcing open a locked hotel door, expression panicked. Disturbed, she decided to go down to the front desk. But when she tried to open the door, it wouldn't budge. It was like something was holding it shut from the outside. Hotel phone off the hook, close up on static noise. Panicking, she tried calling the front desk from the room phone, but there was no dial tone, just static. For the rest of the night, she sat awake in that decaying room, hearing muffled voices in the walls, like people whispering just out of earshot. Dim lobby desk at sunrise, manager confused. At sunrise, she was finally able to open the door. She hurried downstairs and demanded to speak to the manager. But when she told them she had stayed in room 414, the manager looked puzzled. "Ma'am," he said, "we don't have a room 414. That section of the building was sealed off years ago after a fire." Fine at first. Story 3. The Man in the Mirror. Image. Small hotel bathroom. Man tapping on mirror. Reflection distorted. A college student named Josh was staying at a hotel during spring break in Florida. He got a cheap room with his friend, and everything seemed fine at first. On the second night, While brushing his teeth, Josh noticed something strange. The bathroom mirror seemed hollow. When he tapped on it, it gave off a faint echo, like there was empty space behind it. Mirror pulled aside, dark crawl space with chair and food containers. Curious, he pressed harder. The mirror shifted slightly. Behind it was a gap, leading into a dark crawl space. He called his friend over, and together they managed to slide the mirror aside. That's when they both froze. Inside the crawl space was a tiny room, with a chair, empty food containers, and a sleeping bag. Someone had been living behind their bathroom mirror. Dirty man with wide, wild eyes emerging from crawl space with a knife. Just as they processed what they were seeing, they heard movement in the crawl space. A man emerged, dirty, wide-eyed, clutching a knife. Two young men running down dimly lit hotel hallway. The two friends bolted from the room, slamming the door behind them, and ran straight to the lobby. Security was called, but by the time they returned, the crawl space was empty. Empty crawl space with sleeping bag left behind. The police searched the hotel but never found the man. Later, they learned that other guests had complained about strange noises in their bathrooms. Josh never stayed in a budget hotel again. Image 1. Wide shot of dark hotel exterior with one window, dark. These were 3 creepy true hotel horror stories that ended in pure fear. Which story scared you the most? Comment below and subscribe for more true horror stories.